Hello everyone, welcome back to channel The Ghadiya Insan. So in the previous video we had seen the LangGraph trimming memory, how by trimming the memory we were able to reduce the token consumption and thereby reduce the AI cost, right? And at the end of the video we had seen that how by trimming the memory we were losing some important relevant information which can impact us, right? It can forget our name or some important information. So we will try to find out a solution to this by moving into our next stage, that is the LangGraph summary memory. Okay, so while trimming what we'll do, suppose this is there are 10 messages. Okay, so after trimming what we are doing, we are taking the only the last 4 messages, right? So the previous 6 messages are there, no previous 6 messages. Let me explain you. While graph is so problems, if you remember, with the previous stage, right? LangGraph trimming memory, right? So while trimming we were losing some important information which may be very relevant for the conversation. So while saving our money, we are losing something, that is losing important context, right? Yes, it enabled us with token consumption and AI cost reduction, but brought us in the our problem, right? What is the solution to this? So the solution is LangGraph is implementing summary memory LangGraph. Let me explain you this. Suppose there were 10 messages, right? 10 messages, right? Like user AI, right? Blah 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 blah, blah, right? So after trimming, what we'll do before trimming, let's uh, suppose we want to keep the latest 4 messages. Okay. So before trimming, what we'll do, the 10 messages are there, right? So the previous 6 messages, consider this as the older messages. The recent 4 messages, right? Consider it as the recent messages. Now the older message we will summarize, okay, and send as a context to LLM, right? Send as a context to LLM along with the recent messages. Getting, so both things served here, right? Both purposes served here, right? Here able to save the cost by trimming. Here able to preserve the important context by summarizing. Now how we will summarize in this? Here we will implement in this video. There will be two video, okay? There will be a two video. This is the basic summary. In the next production will come production summary, how in industry production summary happens. Okay. So in this, we'll be implementing a basic summary where we will be sending the older messages to the LLM through the summarization. Right, sir? So that is the thing. Let's now start with writing the code. So I already kept that llm.py. Okay. So for creating that client to connect to the foundation model, right? Let's start writing LM on module one code get LLM, right? Then from langgraph dot graph want to import messages state, right? State graph, all these terminologies we already are aware, right? State graph start. Please watch the previous video if you don't know this thing. From langgraph dot, now for the memory, right? Check point dot memory port in memory, right? There. Now for prompt handling, system prompt and all, from lang chain for messages for system switch, right? So first of all, right, this will return the client to connect to the foundation model, right? This time I'm not writing the comment also because I have been writing this for so long, right? We'll write comment for something new. Define create summary. So here we will create summary. Okay. So how we will create the summary? First we will accept the message parameter. And let me first write recent message length, right? Recent messages max length up to 4. That we're gonna to keep only the 4 messages, right? The latest one. So what I will do, I will take the left half, older messages. So how we will do messages, right? So here we will do minus length. length. So it will give the left half. Left half. Okay. Suppose there were 10 messages. So 4 recent messages we want to keep. So to extract the previous 6, as I discussed before, right? It will give the previous 6. Right. Will the previous messages. Right. So this is there, right? Now let's define a system message. Message. The message. Write down the content here. So I have already written the system message system from. See, when we will learn, no, after some stage, what will change is, we will need to, which will come into experiences how to write the system prompts. Okay, how to build the architecture and which model to use. That we will learn with time. Because this is system prompt is very important. It's less like a kid, like explaining it how to behave. I have written it. I have taken this from ChatGPT. This system prompt. So this is the system message. Okay. Now, so the final messages will become the list of tuples. First is the system message. Let's expand the messages. Then response equal to, then we will in the client to send the messages, right? Invoke return dot int. So will summarize the whole message, right? Function to summarize the message. Think LLM preserve the important text. And what are these important text? The center form. You are maintaining a long-term conversation memory. Create a concise memory. Always preserve username, user interest, user goals, user facts, ongoing work plan. Do not remove this, even if later conversation is unrelated. Update the summary using only new information. Return only the summary. Right. Now we will write that same chatbot node. Right. So taking the state, messages state. Right. Then taking messages equal to state of messages. Right. Then what we'll do is we'll create the summary. So summary equal to create summary of messages. Right, sir. Messages will give us the summary. Then what we'll do, then we will let's write a system message, system prompt message equal to message. Let's from our train memory only the one one. So f means formatted. Okay, so because summary is a variable, it will get appended in this string. Okay, get replaced. What to say? Rendered. So you are a helpful AI assistant. Use the following conversation summary whenever required. Conversation summary, right? Okay. So what it will use while answering, it will use the summary, right? While answering to the user query, it will use the summary. And here we are calling, right? Creating the summary of the messages. After this, we will trim. Send messages equal to yes, right? Yes, max sent dot right, that, and then we'll check whether while trimming, if the message at the top is AI, then we will remove it, right? If recent messages and recent messages 0 dot type equal to AI, then messages, write this, right? Moving to the next, then we will update the final messages, the list, right? First is the system message, then expanding this recent messages, list of tuples, right? Then we will invoke book phones, work final this, right? So here the summary, in the summary we are directly returning the content. Okay, so we have direct taken the content and directly write it down as a string, right? What return the updated state. All these concepts we have already discussed, right? So I am not increasing the video length by discussing, right? Is there, create the graph, builder, state graph, right? What kind of application state we want to maintain? All this we have already discussed many times, right? Graph builder, so add node, register the chatbot function as a node to our graph, then want this chatbot function to be executed after the start, right? Chatbot, then let's create the memory, then let's compile the graph with the memory checkpointer. In memory checkpointer, All this we have already discussed, right? Please watch the previous video if you are not able to understand this thing. While what? To hurry. Now we need to configure a thread to remember the conversation, right? ID, right? Now write the function for the graph, compute the graph, where put question, right? Then if the input got lower equal to exit, then break, else what? Graph dot walk, right? So message is what? List of tuples, right? Where where put, right? So this message states then config equal to, and this will give us the result, the dictionary, and from that we'll print the messages. I result of messages. Just we want the last one, right? We remember the structure, right? Objects in which messages, dictionary in which the key is messages, which is a list of tuples. We want the last tuple content to be there. That's all. Let's try running it, see if we have done any mistake. I I like playing cricket. My interest in cricket. My goal is bat good today's match. What happened here? Some issue happened. Pipeline dot final 59 59 9:59 some error occurred. Chatbot recent message type what is this? And let's again you did so no what error I did. I just did this, not assigned to it. That's I my it I how I I I like my interest First to cricket, my goal is to play bat well, bat well in today's match. What is yeah, it remembers my name, right? It is able to remember now my name even after trimming. Let me showcase you that. The trimming is happening, messages is summary, what is generating the summary. Let me show you that everything. First, I want to add over here one more condition. If messages dot length less than sent messages sent then return nothing one, and I want to print the summary also. So here let me print so that it will be visible. We can understand, see like how the summary is generated, right? Print three. Let me that I am giving this so that space like this. Okay, kind of. That's why I've given it. Then let me also print the recent messages, right? Like how it's getting trimmed also, right? Like I was showing before. Let me show that also. Print, print, recent, this, then for sent messages, right? Print what message dot type message dot content, right? So now you'll be able to see get that clear understanding like how it's able to remember. Let me exit from the previous one. Yes, and run it. Oh, Java guy doing Java things. See what I did. Got it. Here no curly braces concept, right? Hi, my name Ruben. Happened. Dot learn. Oh, Sage. Java guy doing Java things. Guys, only no. Check here. Oh, len of messages. Sorry, sir. Len of messages. This is what learning we are having. With length, hi, my name is Sube. See here. Summary is not generated. Why? Why? Because of this condition. Right. Minimum 4 should be there then. So recent message is this. My interest is the cricket. This is to play cricket. Again, summary is not generated. My goal is to bat very well this cricket match. Right. So this is the thing, right? My goal. Now let's see what happens in this. What is my name? See, it's able to remember my name, right? Now you see the behavior. This is my question, right? What is my name? So for this, it generated a survey summary. Hello, Ankit. It was great to hear about your interest in cricket. Whether you would need tips on playing, information on the sport, something like this, passion on the cricket. So it generated a summary, right? If you see the recent messages, there is nowhere written about my name. There is only this one, human. My goal is to bat very well in today's cricket match, and AI, right? My context that my name is Ankit Dubey, it's not there. But it's aware. How? Because I generated the summary. In the summary, it's mentioned that yeah, I am talking about Ankit Dubey. The conversation is going regarding Ankit Dubey. So generating this summary, I was able to gen- preserve the important context. That is, it's talking about Ankit Dubey. That is his personal information. And the recent message, even though it's not available anything regarding my name, but it's able to answer, right? It's able to answer based on your conversation. Your name is Ankit Dubey, right? Now you will be thinking here it's Ankit. See, Ankit, not Dubey, right? So where, how did it was able to get Dubey? It was able to get from the generated summary, right? So doing this summary, we are able to preserve the context, okay, and thereby by trimming, we are also able to save the cost as well. But you know, there is one issue still. See, this was a simple conversation, okay, that's why it's okay. But when you go, let's see, who is Virat Kohli? Let's see, who is Virat Kohli, right? Who is MS Dhoni? Who is Ronaldo? What is whom? See, I don't have access to professional information about England. I would like to share your name. See, lost my context to name. It means what? It's summarization not happening. What? Summarization is happening. But the thing is, I'm showing what is the issue here. Fruits, I am making us happy, again making us sad with this another issue, right? So see, the issue is here. See, I am generating summary each time. Each time I am generating summary from the older messages, scratch. Again summary. New message came again from starting to end. Again from starting to end. But in real production, this doesn't happen. In real production, this doesn't happen, sir. Doesn't happen. Incremental summary happens. Incremental summary happens. Okay. Now, what is this incremental summary? We'll see in the next video. But I'm telling you the issue. What is happening? See, my personal information was going okay. Was going in the summary. In next conversation, I started discussing about different word personalities, right? Now, these also went as the summary. Now, these contexts also went as the content to be summarized, right? Every time you're summarizing, right? Right. We are not storing the summary. Where we are not storing the summary now. You see, every time we are generating new summary, right? And in this, what happened is there were very small points, 2 points, right? 2 points regarding my personal info. Points, 2 points regarding my name and all, and measure about world personalities. So model got confused what to the context getting. This is what the issue happened, right? Because we are just simply creating the summary every time, guys. Simply creating the summary every time, and not kind of storing it or incremental updation like we will see in the next video. We are not doing. That's why what happened, even though I give a very strict system prompt that maintain my personal information, but since that personal information was only 2 lines, like my name is Ankit Dubey, I like playing cricket, but after that I started discussing about the world different personalities. So when I gave that whole summary, right, every time we are giving the whole message from starting to end, complete message we are giving it to summarize, right? We are not storing it somewhere or kind of incremental updation. That's why model is not able to decide whether the information that Ankit is told in the 2 lines, should I keep that, or she started discussing about the world different personality, whether that is important. Conversation made majority towards that, so we lost that. So in the next video, my intuition behind this video was to give all of us like how we can, by summarizing, we can pitch up the context basic summarization. In the next video we will try to implement that, how summarization basically happen in production systems, how incrementally summarization happens in LangGraph. Okay. So that's all for today. Keep coding, keep exploring. Cadenza signing off.